I had a joke written out that I was going to use to kick off this review, but that joke is not YouTube friendly, so unfortunately, it will never see the light of day. That joke would have been a crazy way to start the video. So, I.S.S. is a brand new thriller film directed by Gabriella Cowperthwaite, I think that's how you say it. But it stars Ariana DeBose, Johnny Gallagher Jr., Chris Messina, and Pilu Asbeck. Tensions flare in the near future aboard the International Space Station when a worldwide conflict breaks out on Earth. Soon, the US and Russian astronauts each receive orders from the ground. Take control of the station by any means necessary. This movie had me feeling conflicted because when I walked out of the auditorium, it's like I enjoyed the premise, but I couldn't help but to feel disappointed with the execution. Despite my feelings of disappointment, there are a few good things that I did like in this movie, with the first being the cast. I thought the entire cast was great. I enjoyed every single actor and actress performance in this film. And what I like the most about it is that the characters they play are good people. Like, they're not murderers. However, when you put good people in a life or death situation, their morals will be put to the test. When it came to bringing in this level of fear and just uneasiness, being in this very closed off claustrophobic area, all of the actors sold me on this insanely high level of tension and fear on this space station. I don't know if I can say with confidence there were any big standouts, but if I had to pick one person, it would be Ariana DeBose, because really thinking about it, I really did enjoy her performance. I will admit, there were scenes where I felt like I was trapped in a situation where it's like you're in such a confined space and you really have nowhere to go. So it's really easy to just track and murder people, if you know what I mean. Wow, I kind of sounded like a psycho right there. But y'all know what I mean. Despite the solid cast and the claustrophobic atmosphere, that was not enough to save this movie. And I hate to say that because I really was looking forward to this movie, but never mind. Here is what I will say. The beginning of the film actually started off promising, but then at some point in the middle, and then all the way to the very end, it just felt kind of generic and predictable. Like, you could kind of tell what was going to happen in the very next scene. And I don't want to be predictable. I don't like predicting shit. Sometimes I like to be wrong because it throws me in for a loop. But I was able to predict what was going to happen next for at least 2 scenes. I think my biggest problem with this movie was just the ending, because the ending felt so anticlimactic. It's like, yes, the story is, well, resolved, if you will, but I feel like I had some questions. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why would you do that? Or more of like, how the hell did this character survive that? You know, it's stuff like that. This movie is the equivalent of receiving a lukewarm McDonald's meal. Like, yeah, it's not bad. It's not the worst thing in the world, but goddamn, this show could have been better. That's what this movie is. You have a solid premise, but you kind of do nothing with it. And I know it sounds like I am being harsh on this movie, and I really don't want to, but I just couldn't help but to feel disappointed with this. Maybe I've seen people say they loved it, and I say more power to them, but for me, nah. Also, the CGI in this movie, it's actually not bad. In fact, I would argue that it is decent, but there is one scene near the end where we're getting a shot of the ISS surrounding planet Earth. And yeah, that one scene in particular, it looked horrible. It's bad. It stood out more than a hemorrhoid on your left ass cheek. Like, it's very, very noticeable. I don't see myself watching this again anytime soon. If I were to see this movie again, it will either be for certain scenes, or I'm with a girl who really, really wants to see this movie for some weird reason. Like no other space film, I.S.S. in particular. If not that, I have no reason to return. So plugging I.S.S. into the rank system, I am placing this one into the negative zone. What a shame, man. What a shame. But yeah, that is pretty much my review for I.S.S. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about I.S.S. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you see this movie only for Ariana DeBose? What is your favorite performance from Ariana DeBose? Why am I still talking about Ariana DeBose? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.
After working up the nerve, almost equal in size, I walked around with the iron for any wrinkle in time. I paid a piece of my mind for every nickel and dime, but never less than a 5 and never slept on a job. A killer crept on your squad, yet never left the garage, where your God was close enough to see the flesh of his eyes. Get to the button and press, it's what the message advised. What's a threat behind the vest is where the testament lies.